Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Juan Sepulveda. I have 14 years of experience working as a software engineer, and today we are not going to continue building our app because I need to build something else first. So what we're going to build first today is a little extension into Cursor or VS Code. There is already a cloak extension that was recommended by Danny, created by John Papa, but I tried to install it, it did not work, so I'm just going to create the extension. I've already created the spec for what is this is supposed to look like, and yeah, I'm just going to let it go and let's see how far we can get. In the meantime, we can also fit some of the issues that are for our app, but the main focus for today is going to be this extension. Okay, start implementing spec. Let's start with the first slice. So it's a new repo. The project is empty. Yeah, so we are going to create this extension, and I'm going to publish this into the VS Code extension on or the Cursor marketplace too. I've never done an extension, created an extension before, so I don't know any of the API for VS Code. We are all going to learn together. So the structure is creating. We have the parser, extensions, mask controller, decoration provided, test. It has created a test. What is going to use to run the test? Let's see. Test recompile using the nodes compiler. I mean, it's completely fine. Okay, so let's see. I cannot believe that it just created the extension. So okay, open, try it. So what it landed? So we have the parser, we have the mask controller, and we have the decoration provider. So we change the opacity to 0 and okay on value before doing the overlay, and the extension writes wires everything up. So we have the mask controller, the decoration activate, we create a mask controller, decoration provider, refresh, and we push the decoration provider. The decoration provider, let's see what it's doing. Okay, so we implement the disposable, and what we do here is just create the editor decoration type. Okay, and then it's a range behavior, close, and this means that it will not widen the edits that occur at the start and the end. Okay, so we have disposables here, and what we do here is we add the events that we want to change. On active editor, we refresh. When the editor change, we apply, and when the text is open, blah blah blah. When the document is closed, we clear the document, and on configuration change, we also refresh. So If to refresh, we get the editor. If we have the editor, we apply to the editor. If not, we apply to the visible editors that we find in the current window. Okay, so first thing that we do is if this document is an F document, and it is just if the file name includes that. I mean the code is very good. I'm not complaining. So we have is not enabled, blah, blah, blah. Then we have the mask decoration type. Then we create the mask test and the decoration, blah, blah, blah. We parse the document for everything that we have, parse F document. So here what we do is we have the test document. So from the line document line add, okay, we have the line count for every one of them. We have the lines, and we parse the lines here, and here we just parse F line, and we just test the line if it has an var, for example, it's a comment, we skip that. If we start with export, we skip the export, and we count where it starts and where it ends. So if everything goes as planned, we have the value range where we're going to apply the mask, and we have the raw value, the decoded value, and the breadth. So we have all of that, the env lines. For this kind of projects, I don't mind looking at all the code because I'm also learning at the same time. So if something happens in the editor, I know where to look at in case that, but I like to see what is happening. It takes more time, but at the same time I'm learning, and my skills don't get I don't have atrophy, my skills don't atrophied. I don't know how to say that word, but okay, so we parse for every, where were we? Okay, so decoration, blah, 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 decoration options, blah, 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 parse document for parse if mask controller is hidden, is not, if the mask controller is not hidden, then continue. Then we have to range here, which is an utility function where we create the VS Code range, and we set all of that. I like the VS Code API, looks very good. So render options before, we're going to have the mask test, and basically the mask test is just going to be the mask character, which is going to be just a bullet point, and the length, and we can change that in the configuration. Beautiful. So we render this, and the color, we have the foreground color. Nice. Without the decorations, and we for decoration type, which is going to be a non opacity, and we have the range, which is going to be closed. It's not going to add more space. Wow, it looks very good. Here is the package.json, tsconfig. Let me check again. Implicit any true, not just local. Strill null checks true. And with this we are okay. Okay, we ignore all of this. And here is the env parser. It's a very simple parser. We already went through this, and there are tests for this. So let's check the test. We have this. It's going to be single quoted. Beautiful. Blah, blah. Perfect. Yeah, if this is not correct, nice. I like that. If this works, or we are going to expand more this. Okay, so this is where we activate the extension. These are the tasks for this. We compile when we open the extension. Launch and launch, run the extension. Okay, so that means that we can to the back, run the extension. So it compiled, it launch here. So let me close this. I'm going to open this, the same project, and thus I hate that from here .in file. Right there. So we're going to have this secret key. Oh, yes, did know this is. I'm going to have like this. It's not a. Blah, blah, blah. Other export. I think it's working already. If you notice this, yeah, it's kind of working. Yes, you see here is it has. Okay, it's working for some, but not for everyone. So let's run this extension. Let me see the launch configuration here. Okay, so what we do is run extension, request launch, and then we do, okay, nice. So we can do this without issues. Nice. Let me open the same here. Oh, no. Let me create another, but I guess it should work, yeah. Still not working, but what we're going to do, let's create sample project, and then here what we are going to do is I'm going to copy all of this .env. And there you go. So let me stop that. Let me launch the extension here, and I'm going to open the project. Repos, sample project. This is going to be the project. Nice. Then we are here. Okay. Nice. Okay. So this worked. And while it was loading, it changed the background. So let me create .env.sample. Look at that. Okay, so I think some of the autocomplete. Yeah, okay, but it's not completing. Secret. Nice. But if I go like this, okay. So far so good. We're getting there. So we're getting there, but we have to disable auto completions for Copilot and extensions like that. Let's see if we can do that. Okay, but let me create in the meantime a to-dos empty. Disable AI auto complete, like cursor copilot setting. Nice. Okay, so have this. Okay, we have a sample. Okay, so let's continue here. So it says that the rules is mass level, the slice, command copy value, yes. Continue with the, okay, before continue with the next slides, create the docs features, divide the spec into features so we can keep track of the progress. Okay, we have that. So now continue with the that's nice. Let me use the I have skills here. I guess I'm going to install them in my projects. We have commands that we're creating because, for example, and here I want to have a button here that says so for example, if you say, but I want to have a button here that says edit, copy value, and of that, so we can edit easily the values of the import. Okay, so okay, it created okay. Okay, so let's see first if it is working. Okay, nice. Nice. So if I copy this, yes. So let me, okay. It's looking, okay. So when I copy the value, the button should change to copy it and green / success to provide feedback to the user. Okay, so but I'm going to say it looks like we are not completely covering the masking the values because I can see with the cursor and individual character. Okay, but let's see if this is working. Okay, it's loading. Nice. Show edit. Perfect. Now I see copy. Copy it. Nice. Show. Hide. Show. It's a little bit. Okay. It's getting there. It's getting there. It's not the most. Let's see why it does not change immediately. Show hide value. Okay. Declaration provider. Okay, we are going to fix that later. But let's, okay, so now we have, when we copy it, copy, nice. Okay, looks good. So let me send that so I can review the changes in QR. So we have the URI line. I don't know what this is. Code lenses. So here we add, for every one obtained, we add, okay. I see. Okay, this is why it's very slow, because it has to run this again. So it's parsing the test document, reading all of the file, reading all the lines, parsing all of the lines. Then here is changing the text to this to that, and that's why it's a little bit slow. So I'm sure that we can change that so that we don't have to like go through the entire parse and all that. Register copy value. This is when we copy to the clipboard. We're going to do that later. And we activate here, we have add, but I want to see what was the issue here. So strong height value is okay. Okay, selection guard can't sit inside. Okay, so that's why. Let's see. Let me close this and run it again. And this is where, if you knew what you were doing, you will know how to fix it, but I don't know. But why is there a gap after the hidden value? It should only show the mask length. And not to the mask thing. I know this is a very simple extension, but let me do a screen recording. But let's see if it's finished there. Okay. Let's run the extension again. Nice. Nice. This is much better. This is much better. Okay. Let me, in the meantime, I'm going to commit here because we can lose all the things that we have done so far. Commit current changes in a logical order. And now I'm going to ask to Okay, so we have I'm going to create, we'll do the later, because I think the first time it takes a while to. Okay, so the feedback when I press the buttons, for example, copy it. There is a lag when I press the buttons, for example, copy it or show height. Okay, let's see. Okay, the issue was VS Code that waits for async command handlers before refreshing code lines. Copy was awaiting open test document plus clipboard before firing refresh. Show height was repainting decorations on all editors first. Fits copy sync. When the copy is done, refresh to copy it immediately. Clipboard right in the background. Show height refresh column first before decoration. Update via Q microtask. Only update the editor for that file. All right, let's see. Okay, copy. Oh. What was that? Yeah, still. What other UI elements can we use? Can we use besides code lens? I need to see what they look like in. VS Code in editor, UI elements. Status bar, primary, MSI editing, editor groups. Let me see. Is there a link with how all of these options look like? While that is completing, let's see, drag and drop, model editors, minimap, sticky scroll. Oh no, extensions. Cut extensions. To the bar panel, link and view toolbar, panel toolbar, common UI elements, quick pick, notifications, web view, context menu, walkthrough settings, activity bars, extensions capability, no. Okay, so but code actions lightbulb, code actions provider, strong, motion per line, and demand, not always visible, extra click, hover widget. Actions in hover, key value only hover, easy to miss, context menu, inline hints, cutter icons, sidebar tree, status bar, editor tab, would be panel, pick, custom editor decoration. Okay, let's see. Okay. Code actions. Build date command. I need to hover now. Context menu. No, I don't like that. Yeah, I think we are stuck with this is what we saw. Okay, so I think we can let's complete the can we change the test of the code length? We just click. Hi, my computer is getting slow. Connected. I think because we are parsing the document, then the document every time we refresh, there is a delay in the operation. Click and change. Let me switch to maths mode. I think because we are parsing. If this doesn't work, we're going to continue with the I hope that you don't listen to the background music. Okay, so yeah. I also run the process method to change the file. Parse to the edit. Okay, nice. Okay. Now we are not parsing everything at the same time because the regex are very expensive. And doing that every time is not good. Okay, still weird behavior. Okay. And it doesn't look that bad. It's fine. Let me see here. Let me create another. Let me see here. Oh, okay. Show. If I show this, I can edit. Nice. It's looking good. Yeah, I think that should be enough for now. Okay. Let's do the slide. Let's do the next slice. Edit. Let's run it and see if it works. Second, we have let's see. I think we need to add password true. Nice. I think we are good. There's still like a slight delay. Okay, let me open this with Bing. With hundreds. Let's see, sample. I think when we close, if we switch the document, can we, on the first load, I can see for a brief moment the values of the ink bars. If I switch to other document as well, because for example, if I am here like this, you can see the tokens. So it's not very secure. So Still exploring. What is doing? Okay, so flash happens because the corrections applied after the editor paints, fixing it with early activation or reapplying mask whenever editors become visible. Let's see. It's worst. uh, Let me open the extension again. Okay, it loaded. The extension loaded. It is worse now. Okay, the context is very long now, so what I'm going to say, it is worse now. Create a brief prompt for later to improve the performance and investigate, to improve the performance. And with that, I'm going to ask either GPT-5 or sonnets. And let's see. Okay, so prompt, when this is revision, don't know that grammar, but okay, first open or tap switch and path is with the pure mask. Using grammar, as far as also it did not visit code lines level up the legging despite the same commands and corresponding current stack, blah blah blah, serviceability. Call serviceable secret flash and open tab switch and workspace for an instant. Still worse per key, followed by some change. Investigate in order. Fill instant. The most important call is to clock conceal to hide the values as soon as possible. Open that switch. They make the tab switch. even if you have to apply the mask and the other UI elements after that. Okay, so tell me with this. Okay. Address opus port 8. Let's see how that will do it. It's very expensive, so and if that works or not, we're going to end everything there, and that will be everything for today. Okay, wow, very cool. This is very cool. Is is it downloaded the schema for the .env language, so we can parse it correctly. But the issue I see is that okay, so confirm the root cause. Editor.token color customization is silently ignored inside language block. So your transparent token fits has never actually been applied. That's why synchronous hide doesn't happen that values flash before set decoration length. The fits move the token rule above the configuration defaults. The scope is unique, so the grandmaster global done. One line scope. Wow. Let's see if that is true. Okay, it's not okay. Let's see here. That no. Oh, it's great. Show Finder. We still have the issue. Take a look at the bit. Okay, no, I think let me close this. Let me run it, and I'm going to show the issue. Okay. Okay, let me see. Let's see if it is indeed AGI. How much this is going to cost me? What are we installing? It looks like it's going to take a while, so let's see if this works or not. Let's see. If not, if it works, we end, and if it does not work, we also end. It's going to take a while because it's doing a reinstall so that the fmpeg library is working correctly. But why didn't you install the... Okay. It took less than I expected. I wonder how much this is going to cost me. And this is the problem when you start by coding everything. You don't know where to look at, because I don't know the APIs here. I don't know what is the life cycle of the operations that VS Code does, so that I can optimize for that and not worry about anything else. What in the world? Okay, interesting. Well, it's very intelligent because it it cannot see the video, so it created frames, it created all the things that it needed, and so at least it's doing its research. I like to see what he's thinking. Let me test whether if it actually works. And looking carefully at the frames, that is as prepares file event, but okay, so this is in a one frame decoration phrase. The prompt assume is a cold start workspace restore flash difference delta story blah blah blah. Yeah, 1 to 2 seconds. Values are fully readable. No, there is no cita highlighted. Yes. So 4 seconds later, mask value appear and code lines appear. So the key signal is in the flash frames, the decimate grammar wasn't as a tokenized yet, so no coloring. So neither the decoration nor the transparent token trick is activated. The editor painted and restore before the extension has finished booting on workspace by the two consequences. My configuration default token fits can't help this window less tokenization runs at first paint, and here it doesn't because the grammar is contributed by this not yet load extension and only takes effect after a full reinstall window reload. The biggest labor is activating the extension as early as possible. Right, right now the fetty trigger on restore and start to finish, which is the latest common event. Okay. Uh, Still, never mind. We're going to end everything here. we're going to end everything here now. Thank you so much for watching, at least with the stream and all. I think these extensions as it is good enough for my use case, because I'm going to be careful with my env settings and all of that. So this should be good enough for now. But either way, I'm going to try to improve the performance so that we hide everything for this. Okay, so thank you so much for watching, and see you the next time.